Good morning, guys. Just wanted to make a quick video on the recent interview with Daigo during the East Coast Throwdown tournament. There are a lot of people during my stream that are asking my thoughts on this, so I thought, let's make a Daigo video. I don't make too many of them, right? So there was a lot of interesting questions that Daigo got during this interview on the stream, but the most interesting was definitely his top 5 best characters in Street Fighter V, as well as his thoughts on the 8-frame input delay that we've been talking about like every month now. So when they were asked him what his top 5 characters were, he actually gave 6 characters because he feels that the best character in the game is in a tier list of their own, and it's none other than the queen of Street Fighter V, which is Chun-Li. He feels that Chun-Li is so good that she belongs in her own tier listing by herself. Now, usually when people ask tier lists, or like, usually they give her their top 3, right? Most people are like Chun-Li, Ryu, Nash, or something along those lines in some type of order. But majority of people, for a really long time, have felt that Chun-Li is definitely the best character in the game. And of course, these are all just opinions. And it's just interesting that Daigo just said that not only is Chun-Li the best in the game, but he thinks that she's so good that she's in a tier list of her own, which is really interesting. Now, we haven't got too many tournament results where we had Chun players winning, but of course Chun-Li is a really hard character to master. Really tough character to master, for sure. And that's why we haven't been seeing, constant first place results, as well as like Infiltration is just beasting it up too, stealing from a lot of people. But we haven't seen Infiltration too much lately, actually. So before, Daigo used to think that Ryu was the best character in the game. That's one of the reasons actually why he uses Ryu. So this little change is worth noting. Also, Daigo got eliminated from this tournament from 2 Chun-Li players, which is funny. So below Chun-Li, he lists the tier below goes Ryu, which is no surprise, and Armika. So the level below Chun-Li is Ryu and Armika. Armika is really interesting because Armika has always been a real wildcard character. Doesn't matter where you put in the tier list, I can understand because of how crazy that character can be. But the problem with Armika is that she's really like unstable, right? Like I wouldn't say inconsistent, but she can win hard or lose hard kind of thing, right? Because it's all about those 50-50 mixed with those Vortex games. But Fudo has really shown the power of Armika's confirming. Like his hit confirm is just insane. Because Fudo just mastered Fei Long right in Street Fighter 4, and just one medium punch or one little poke with Mika could convert right into the Vortex, and it's really nuts when you think about it that way. And Armika, she doesn't have the best neutral game, right? It's not good. If it was, she'd be absolutely crazy, right? And then with Infiltration, with his down low complete, how he saw how Fudo was able to get in, and the random drop kicks, or other Armika players will go for the random the belly flops and all that to get that knockdown and get in with her, right? They take risks to go in. Once you stop that, you can really see the flaw of Armika when she can't get in, right? So I find it really interesting that Daigo has put her so high, especially above these next 3 characters, which I'm going to say. So those are the top 3 characters. He goes Chun-Li, Ryu, then Armika. Then in the next tier below Ryu and Armika, Daigo lists Karin, or Karin, Ken, and Cammy. Karin and Ken, I'm not too surprised to be on the top of that list. Karin has absolutely amazing normals, probably one of the best neutrals in the game. You can win with just standing medium kick and crouching hard kick alone. Ken, just insane comeback factor, and the character is just a nutcase character, right? Jumps in for free with jumping tatsus. And then there's Cammy. Cammy is the one that I could see people disagreeing with. Cammy's definitely up there, but there's something about that character. I guess she has problems opening people up, and even Daigo has demonstrated himself that if you can stop Cammy from getting in those cannon strikes, when you anti-air her down, she really does have problems, cracking your defense and getting in. But she still has decent ground normals. She still has an amazing walk speed, great comeback factor, and a pretty good tool set with, an invincible reversal, etc., right? You see Kazunoko going really far with her, and Cammy's definitely a good character, for sure. I just find this list is interesting because it's missing one character that I like to talk about a lot. I won't say his name, but I'll give you a hint somewhere in this video of what character this is. But the other character that I found interesting wasn't in this list was Necalli. I feel like Necalli is a really strong character, and I remember in the beta we said he was like low, really low, but as we see more and more of his potential, you know, converting the 3-frame normals into V-trigger into full combos, being able to get his V-trigger so fast, and then it will last the rest of the round by really using his V-skill in your play and baiting people to jump and then DPing them, of course. And also Daigo said that one of his worst matchups is Necalli. And Daigo felt that Haitani at one point was the best player in Japan who used Necalli, and he feels like Necalli was one of the best characters. A lot of the Japanese players felt like Necalli was one of the best characters when the game first came out. So it's really interesting, basically, when Street Fighter, you know, Street Fighter 5 is not even a year old yet, and it's just interesting seeing like the opinions of these tier lists change, right? And I've just been trying to keep a note of what everyone's opinions are. So once again, the top 6 character list for Daigo is Chun-Li, Ryu, Armika, Karen, Ken, Cammy. If you guys are wondering what my top 5 would be, it'd be 3 characters in no order: Chun-Li, Nash, Ryu, and then Ken, Necalli, and Karen. That was not top 5, but that's just off the top of my head. But I feel like Cammy's definitely up there for sure. Armika, like I said, she just feels like unstable, but you know, why does my opinion matter? I'm just some random YouTuber, dude. What do I know? I'm not the beast, right? Daigo definitely knows what's up. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, especially, like I said, the Armika part of that tier list. I guess let me know what you guys think about this tier list, Daigo's opinion in the comments below. I'm interested to know. And yeah, just like in tournament results and stuff, right now I feel like I'm pretty sure everyone agrees that Infiltration is the best player in the world for Street Fighter 5. Who do you guys think of is the top American player for Street Fighter 5? Like, in my opinion, I think that one of the top American players, if not the best, would probably be NuckleDu. I just think it's NuckleDu. And then the top player in Japan, for sake of humor, I'm just gonna say one of the top players is Yukodon. And who's the top player in the US, the top player in Japan, and the top player in the world use? I'm just joking, guys. Well, I'm kind of joking. I don't know. It's a conspiracy. I swear it's a conspiracy. Maybe everyone's just drinking some Kool-Aid. I don't know what it is. It's funny. Anyways, the other interesting part about the interview is Daigo's thoughts on the A-frame input delay. And Daigo said that he heard a little bit about it, but he didn't really, like, you know, pay much attention to it. And he eventually, like, realized that there are a lot of, like, 20-frame moves in Street Fighter 4 that he could counter or whiff punish or whatever, right? But in Street Fighter 5, he noticed that he couldn't punish them because of the 8-frame input delay. But then he understands that the point of the 8-frame delay was to make the online and the offline, you know, in harmony, make it like similar, so that when it doesn't matter which like environment you're playing in, it feels the same. And you know, that's obviously can be a good thing for learning the game in general, because you have, you know, similar. It's gonna feel similar whether you play offline or online. But at the same time, if you're someone who plays exclusively offline, it's like, man, why am I getting screwed over because of the online, you know? So Daigo feels that it's overall a good thing because of that reason, right? So, you know, no matter what Capcom says, it definitely was put in the game on purpose to keep things similar for sure, especially with the cross-platform play and all that. So, yeah, so Daigo feels like it's overall a good thing. What do you guys think about the A-frame input delay? I've asked you guys this a million times, but I think no matter what, Capcom is going to change it. I just think that it's kind of like taboo right now. It's just kind of a thing that it doesn't matter whether it affects the game or not. It's just that it needs to go. It's just something that it's like on the top of the list of things people complain about, pretty much, you know? So there are some other really interesting questions and stuff. It's all posted up on Event Hubs. I'll definitely post a link in the video description below, and you guys can check out some of these questions yourself. A lot of interesting stuff. But for the most part, I was getting a lot of questions on the stream what my opinion on the tier list and stuff is, so I thought I'd make a video about it this morning. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and take care.